I'm Mary Wingsores, and I'm here with a bittersweet edition of agenda item. It's Tim Thompson's last meeting with us today.
Yes.
You're on your way to bigger and better things, Community Development Director?
Yes, starting on August 2nd, I will be taking over as the Community Development Director for the town of Merrimack. It's a bittersweet feeling. I've obviously been in Londonderry for a better part of over a decade. It's a lot of challenging and exciting things still happening here in town, but it was the right step for me in my career, and the opportunity was something I couldn't pass up.
Right, and while I'm happy for you in your career, I don't know how you could possibly leave. I mean, there's just so many exciting things with Woodmont and everything else coming forward.
It is a difficult choice,
Yeah.
but it's something I've been working for the better part of the last half of my time here in Londonderry. I've been very fortunate to have a very supportive boss in Andre Guerin, who is part of my performance evaluations every year. We've been working on management, economic development, and other things to help me be ready for that next step. So when the opportunity arose in Merrimack, I put my name in for it, and fortunate to say that I was selected and was just confirmed by their town council last Thursday. And as of next week, I'll be enjoying a new office, new staff, and a new community. It's a good time for me to be going to Merrimack. They're just in the midst of beginning their master plan process there, so I'll be able to get in, hit the ground running, get a real feel for what the community wants to do, and then go to work.
That's great. So you'll probably meet many of the community volunteers as well,
Absolutely.
since you'll be doing the master plan
Absolutely.
for them. That's
Yes.
terrific. Well, congratulations, and of
Thank
course
you.
we wish you all the best. We're definitely going to miss you though. And our agenda item,
Yes.
for this show is?
Yeah, we have 2 meetings in August. We have first meeting on August 3rd. We have one new project that's on the agenda for that night. It's for new gas station, convenience store, donut shop at the corner of Liberty Drive and Route 28. Flip to the plan here to give you a rough idea. This is the intersection, again, of Liberty and 128. This leads into that industrial park right off of Route 28. It's after you go past Auburn Road, Poor Boys.
Okay, so it's on the right.
It'll be on the left-hand side if you're heading towards Derry.
Okay, that's what I mean. It's on the east side of 93 then.
Correct. It is on the east side of 93. There are 2 existing single-family homes that comprise the 2 lots that this development will take place on. It's a pretty small, standard gas station convenience store. This was actually a project that was submitted several years ago, actually, for a very similar use. The applicant in that project ended up withdrawing, not moving forward. New developers stepped in, taken over the project, reduced it in size and scope a little bit, and they're moving forward with this project. It's been in the review process, like I said, in the 2 different iterations for well over 2 years. But for what we look at, meets the requirements of the previous traffic study from the previous engineer and the previous project. Slightly less because there's less space here, but it's actually a pretty compatible use for that particular area. It's almost diagonally across the street from the Sunoco station, where there's the Dunkin' Donuts that has the horrendous drive-through there. So what this particular person is looking at is an alternative, given the improvements that are going to be happening on Route 28 with the median going in a portion of that road. There would be options on both sides of the road, so there wouldn't have to be the crossover of traffic. So it provides another alternative for fueling, convenience store, and the donut shop.
Right, and so is your expectation that it'll be another Dunkin' Donuts?
They haven't specifically said. I know they've been looking at Dunkin' Donuts. But they actually, I take it back, they do have Dunkin' Donuts actually on their sign. I haven't looked at these elevations since they resubmitted. They did do a pretty nice job, as you can see from the architecture. They're sticking with Londonderry's design requirements for a colonial style.
That looks very nice.
In addition to that, they're also looking at doing a pitched roof canopy over the gas pumps, which I think is a very nice feature that'll help it stand out amongst some of the other more standard gas stations in the area. I think it'll be an attractive use given the type of use it is. It's about as nice looking a gas station as you're probably going to find.
Right. Now across the street though is also a truck stop. It's not just a gas station and
that particular owner has some plans that he'll be looking to move forward with over the next year or so to potentially expand and reconfigure that lot. He also owns an adjacent lot to that, so we might be seeing some additional development directly across from this. Possibly bringing that Liberty Drive intersection to a 4-way with a new driveway for some potential future development across the street.
Are trucks allowed to stay overnight across the street in that
For that particular lot, I don't think there's a restriction against overnight parking. Those spaces are specifically designated for large tractor trailers. That plan predates me, as amazing as that may sound.
No, but I mean, it has been there
but
forever.
that project, I think, was a mid-90s site plan, which I frankly haven't reviewed in 10 years.
Right. Well, and it's obvious that it has never been reviewed by this planning board, because some of the things that are there would not be there.
Correct. It's an example of the improvements. I think this plan will show you the type of improvements we've made in our regulatory process over the course of time, just looking at one station to the other. But I think there's obviously an opportunity for that station when it comes in for their project to also clean it up, modify it, make it a little bit more conforming to today's standards.
I only bring it up because today, as I was driving through to go to the Dunkin' Donuts near Home Depot, there was a truck there that obviously had been there overnight. They had their curtains up, over the thing, and the guy had been sleeping there for overnight. And I think perhaps, as much as I dislike signs, we could put a little sign up there that says, "Do you know that there's a sleeping area at exit 5 that's legal?"
That's certainly something that I think can be discussed when they come in for their update to the project.
Right. But that's exciting to see that we have this coming on the other side, and that's good.
Second meeting of the month is typically where we hear continued plans, conceptual discussions and workshops. The only project we have on the agenda right now is the continued application for the Varani Trust subdivision, which was discussed back in our July meeting on the corner of Page and Lucas Road. They have not actually resubmitted any plans at this point. Before that meeting takes place, staff members will be doing a site walk with the applicant, the engineer, as well as the chairman of the planning board and a member of the town council, to get a feel for what's likely to be needed for the off-site improvements to those substandard roadways that those subdivision fronts on.
So without having a formal application?
It's still a formal application. The plans that they submitted for the July meeting are still valid moving forward. Really, I think the meeting in August is going to be some back and forth discussion between the board and staff as to what level of improvements they need to start working on to move the project forward.
Okay, all right. And so it is a very light agenda for August.
It is.
We don't have Woodmont.
We do not. Staff has continued to meet with the development representatives from Woodmont. They're continuing to work towards putting in a formal application. At this point, they're working towards either a September or an October formal application with the planning board to start moving that project forward. And it looks like, in addition to that, there may be some interplay with the Market Basket site and the potential road connection moving through there. So there might be some additional discussion relative to that staff and the developer will be having over the next couple of months. Great.
So it has to be a little disappointing that you're not going to be able to see this project through, given the work that you put into to create the POD.
The POD ordinance was almost 3 or 4 years in the making. It started out as the flexible industrial district for the area south of the airport, which then morphed into the Gateway Business District south of the airport. And what we heard loud and clear through that process of the different iterations was there wasn't enough flexibility. So the idea for the PUD came out of that desire to provide flexibility. It really was intended for the area near the airport. The planning board saw that as an opportunity, that it's a unique tool that might have other applications elsewhere in town, which is how it led to the Woodmont development moving forward. I certainly will be a very interested observer to see how things play out on over the course of that project as it works its way towards a master plan approval. But even if I wasn't leaving now, I probably still wouldn't have been here to see the conclusion of that project, because we're still talking 25, 30 years down the road.
And even having Andre giving us that presentation last time about Mashpee Commons, that was supposed to be 25 years, and they're not even
close yet.
No, they're not. So that's an ambitious time frame for the developer.
And these types of projects always are. There's a lot of back and forth flow of ideas, and ultimately it's setting that framework is really the most important step for the board and the town at this point, is to determine exactly what are you comfortable with seeing on that land.
Right.
And then it's after that's set up, then it's the individual site plans and subdivisions to bring that plan to fruition.
And that's why it's important for people to still stay involved.
Yes,
Even
absolutely.
if Woodmont isn't coming forward, they do have a website We have links to their website. They have frequently asked questions. They have answers on those
And
questions.
I know that town staff is also going to be working on the list of questions that have been submitted over the course of the last several months, trying to put together some answers, at least from the town's perspective, of the ones that we can answer.
Right.
The staff that will be remaining in the planning department will be working towards those.
Which is what, 2?
It'll be 2 for the time being, and hopefully if things go well and the council sees fit to refill the position, I'm encouraged that it's a great job. Londonderry is a wonderful community to work in. There's a fantastic volunteer spirit in this town. It would be a great job for anybody to move into. It really has been, quite frankly, to this point in my career, it's been the best job I've ever had.
Well, we've been very fortunate to have you in our town, Tim. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
all you've done. Additionally, I'm just going to put a plug in there with the town council to also look at getting support in there for, a secretary that's full-time in that position, because I think with everything that's coming forward with our town, we do need that support. Anyway, Tim, thank you very much for joining us again for agenda item.
Absolutely.
I'm going to miss you, and I wish you all the best.
I appreciate that, Mary. I'll be missing everybody on the board and committees and everybody I've worked with in town. And I just want to say again, thank you to Londonderry. It's been a wonderful ride, and hopefully at some point in the future I may be able to come back and serve again when Andre moves on. At some point, maybe.
Maybe. We'll see about that,
Yes.
eh? Until next time, and I'm not sure when that will be, as we will see who could fill this position as our co-host, actually. This has been Mary Wing Soares with Tim Thompson, our former town planner, and I'll see you next time on agenda item. Thank you.